My name is Joanique Foster. I am the subject matter educator for David Jones. Now, that sounds like a mouthful, so let's explain what that means. I've been in retail for over 25 years, and about 50% of my role is actually training staff in David Jones. So across all the different systems that we work in. So I do have to have a really intimate knowledge of all the systems we work in, which kind of brings us to the conversation of rebates management system we'll have a little bit later on. But because of that rapport and that kind of tenure in retail, I often sit in multiple projects as a subject matter expert as well in the business. Rebates are really critical to the retail industry in that it really creates partnerships and collaboration in terms of the product offering to the customer. I think historically rebates used to be quite flat and quite a blunt instrument, and there wasn't really reward attached to it. Whereas if you think about David Jones specifically, it is a fashion business, so you've got seasonality to the product. It's a really big branded business. We work with over 1,200 brands in our business. And often when we go and do the selection, we don't necessarily have the choice to choose what we want to buy because it's a created collection against the brand name. And that collaboration, when we come to end of season clearance or promotional activity, or even thinking about retail cycles, Black Friday, Boxing Day sale, it really gives us that opportunity to negotiate and collaborate with our vendor partners in terms of shared income for those periods. Getting a great outcome for both the vendors as well as for David Jones when it comes to sales and profit. The rebate journey in David Jones is actually quite a mature one. We started in 2014 onto a rebate system, which I've recently learned about only 10% of the companies in Australia do. So we really do have quite a mature rebate strategy. But historically, as I said, it was quite a blunt instrument, and it's only post 2017, 2018 that we really started evolving that rebate strategy in terms of what can it mean and what can it do in terms of collaboration and a shared partnership. And we've actually let the rebate system evolve with us. We've introduced quite a lot of new vendor trading terms, calculatable terms into the system that we can actually collect and create those terms and forward to then flow through to our accounts payable and our BSO offices to be able to effortlessly make those payments with those collaborative terms that we've agreed with our vendors. So we've actually had a rebate system as part of a different company called Perfectus. It's been in the media recently that Perfectus has sold their rebate system to a company called Enable, a company that's started in 2017. It's just shaking the world of rebates across the globe, really. And we're really excited to actually migrate our product over to the Enable platform. We're very much in a transitional phase. It's all very new, and we've started those first conversations with Enable to understand what their platform can offer compared to the system that they brought over, as well as what the platform should look like for David Jones, being quite a mature system and mature company when it comes to rebate and collections. So part of the migration journey would probably be a stage approach. We've had two kind of brainstorm sessions so far in terms of understanding the requirements. I really do believe when you go into a new system, you need to understand what you need first before you start building something. And we're very much in that space in terms of sharing what our requirements are as David Jones, and also seeing huge opportunities for improvement in that space in terms of shared documentation and opening up the platform to vendors so that we both look at the same data and the same documentation. So we're actually quite excited about the migration coming and working with the Enable team to get us there. But looking at the Enable platform, the biggest benefit that will give us compared to what we have currently is opening it up to the vendor community. It's something we've been talking about for a long time in terms of how do we have the same platform shared by both David Jones merchandise teams and the vendor. We never really quite got there. And the Enable platform is definitely opening that up as an opportunity as one of the major benefits that they offer as part of their system. Tangible benefits obviously sits in the profit line. If we look at promotional periods, obviously your margin is going to drop in that promotional period. Same with end of season clearance. Once again, being a seasonal business, a fashion business, the biggest eater of your profit is going to be that end of season clearance when product didn't work. So being able to have that collaboration with our brand partners and being able to negotiate if there's not certain sell-throughs or if product doesn't hit the marks that it needs to be hitting, that the vendors can help us with that clearance monies by giving monies back to the business, certainly absolutely 100% drives the bottom line in a positive way for us. So next step in rebate strategy for David Jones per se is twofold. I think the biggest journey for us is to migrate onto the Enable platform and getting all the benefits from all those additional functionalities that we've seen in the platform so far. But because we've been on this rebate strategy for quite a significant amount of time, we're actually now at the point where we really want to start governing ourselves and look at how we can make it more consistent, how we can do stronger negotiation, how we can create template development for teams to work with when they do that negotiations in terms of basic trade with David Jones means the following, and then the over and above. So really, I suppose bringing it together and giving the teams that consistent approach of vendor trading terms, which makes that governance piece really easy and really reportable and really manageable at the end of the day.